Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me in another video. Today I am going to be doing a very exciting video comparing the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette, which looks like this. Woo! No, I just dug my thumb right in it. Fix it, fix it, fix it. Oh my god. I'm a bad person. Which looks like this, with the Makeup Revolution Flawless 3 palette, which looks like this. So as always with my comparison and dupe videos, I am going to be doing some swatches on my hand so that you can see like the pigmentation of the colour, and I'm also going to do one eye, one brand, and one eye, the other brand. So definitely let me know down below what one you think is which. Right now I've got one on one side and one on the other, so leave a little comment and let me know which you think is Anastasia and which you think is Makeup Revolution. So this is the packaging of the Anastasia palette. It is like soft velvet. Please ignore my nails as well. I was on a little course and I had to take my nail varnish off 3 nails, well, my gel polish. So anyway, off track. The Anastasia palette is like a really soft, like velvety feel, and it is gorgeous purple colour. The packaging of the Makeup Revolution is this gorgeous rose gold that I'm obviously going to blend you with. And inside you get a huge big mirror in all of these shades. There are 32 shades in here compared with the Anastasia, which you don't get as many shades, but you also got a really nice gorgeous mirror as well. So I bought this in America when I went to New York last year, either Macy's or Sephora, but I do know in the UK you can buy this from the UK Anastasia website. There is a website now for us girls in the UK, which is awesome. It's £41 on there, which is quite a lot of money, but it is really good quality. The Makeup Revolution palette, this is the Flawless 3 Resurrection palette. This can be ordered from the Tam Beauty website. You can also buy it from Superdrug. So yes, I am probably from Ulta as well in the US, because I know that they're bringing so much more makeup out in Ulta now, which is amazing, so that all you US peeps can get this amazing brand as well, because Makeup Revolution is honestly my favourite drugstore brand. This palette is also £8, which is a lot more affordable than the Anastasia one. So yeah, first of all, packaging, I love both of them. They're obviously very different packaging styles. They're not the same in any way, shape or form. So before I jump right into the video and the swatches and the little eye tutorial, I would like to let you know that I've only got a couple more days left on my giveaway video. I'm going to leave it linked in the very first line of the description box so that you can go over and enter if you haven't already. It ends on the 9th of May at midnight. Go and give that a little watch and enter. If you enjoyed this video, give it a big thumbs up, and yeah, let's just jump right into the swatches. So the first shade is this one here, which is called Love Letter. It is a gorgeous pinky purple shade, and in the Makeup Revolution palette I'm going to swatch it against this one, which is the shade On. This one here is Makeup Revolution. I'm so terrible at swatch videos, guys, you know this already. And this one here is Anastasia. This one comes off a little bit more purpley, and this one is a little bit more like reddy pinky, but overall I think those are pretty similar shades. The next shade is this gorgeous orangey brown shade here called Red Ochre, and I'm comparing it to this one here in the Makeup Revolution palette called Based. So this is Makeup Revolution and this is Anastasia. Again, very similar. I would say maybe Anastasia is a little bit more pigmented than this one, but the colours are almost the exact same colours. The next shade I want to try is this one here. This is called Buen Fresco. This is one of my favourite colours to pop in my crease. And I'm going to do this swatch here of this shade, which is a very similar colour, and it's the shade called The. It's a very strange name, but it's because all the shades in this row make up a little story. But yeah, it's this one here that we're going to swatch it against. So this is Makeup Revolution and this is Anastasia. They're really light shades, so it is quite difficult to see. I just put a little bit of an extra layer on both to see if you could see it a bit better, but it is kind of like a crease shade. So yeah, I think they're really similar, very pretty shades. The next colour is this gorgeous orange. This is the shade Real Girl. Sorry if my camera is totally out of focus, it's not picking up the writing very well, but it's definitely this orange shade here in the corner. And I'm going to dupe it against this gorgeous orange shade here, which is called Story. This is Makeup Revolution here. I keep doing it over my knuckles and it keeps going like, well, my veins, and it goes bumpy. This is Anastasia. So as you can see, this one is definitely way more pigmented than the Makeup Revolution one. Oh. But I think they are still really similar colours. The Makeup Revolution is really buildable, I'll show you. So this is a second layer of Makeup Revolution. As you can see, the colour is definitely very buildable, and I think those are really similar colours as well. So I'm just going to do one more and then we can get on to the makeup tutorial. My hand is getting so red now from all the pigment and all the rubbing it off. So the last swatch I'm going to show you is this one here, which is called Primavera from the Anastasia palette. And I'm going to dupe it against this one here, which is called Recovery. So this is Makeup Revolution and this is Anastasia. These ones are a little bit more harder to see because they're really light colours, but hopefully you can see that reflected in the light. They are again really similar. Maybe Anastasia is a little bit more gold and this has a little bit more like pinky undertones, but overall again very similar colours. So of course I couldn't have swatched all of the colours in this palette because it would have taken me all day to then find like a duplicate from this palette. So I hope you don't mind that I only gave you a couple of swatches, but I am going to use quite a lot of shades on my eyes so that I can try and show you the difference in the colour, the pigmentation, the blendability, etc. So yeah, I've already done my makeup on, well, everything else bar my eyes, which is really weird for me because I never ever do my eyes last. I always do them first before anything on my face. Let's just jump right into the little tutorial. So this side is going to be Anastasia and this side is going to be Makeup Revolution. Did you guess right? Let me know in the comment section down below. So the first colour I'm going to put through my crease is a nice orange shade. So this shade here I'm going to use from the Makeup Revolution palette, which is called Triumph. And I am going to use this shade here from Anastasia, which is called Burnt Orange. I'm also going to clean my brush off in between each use because I don't have like two brushes that are similar that are clean because I'm lazy. So yeah, let's get started. Let's go in with Burnt Orange in the crease first. Of course, the Anastasia palette is obviously famous for the orange and berry and burgundy tones. So it would be silly of me not to do a look using all these colours. So I know this is a really similar look to what I do because I love a bit of orange in my crease and I love like the burgundy and the berry tones, but yeah, it wouldn't be a comparison video if I didn't compare all these like lovely tones down the bottom of this palette of like berry and orange shades. So yeah, hopefully you don't mind that. But the Anastasia eyeshadows are very blendable. You hardly need to do any work at all to blend those in, which I absolutely love. I love the mirror in it as well. So that is Burnt Orange on this side. And now into Makeup Revolution. Again, I absolutely love the mirror on this palette. I love it more than the Anastasia one because it's so much bigger. There's a lot more room to look at yourself, which sounds really vain, but you know what I mean. You know, look at yourself when you're doing makeup. So yes, this is the orangey shade on this side. I think I said it was called Triumph. Again, very blendable. I think the pigmentation on this one is really similar as well. I just had to do 2 coats, which is the same as what I did on the other side. And again, hardly had to do any work blending that out, which is amazing. Also, I'm really sorry if you can hear birds chirping, people cutting their grass, children screaming, any sort of background noise. It is absolutely roasting in the house. And under these lights, there was no way I could film with the windows closed, so yes, they are open. I'm really sorry for any background noise that you hear. Next up, I'm using Real Gar, which is this gorgeous shade here. It's a darker orange to put through the crease. And I'm going to match it up on this side with this one here from Makeup Revolution, which is called Story, I think. That was on my little swatchy part. What is this called? Yes, it's called Story. So let's go in with that now through our crease as well. I don't actually know what kind of look I'm going for. Like I've not planned it, I'm just kind of making it up as I go along, so hopefully it turns out alright. But really, this is not a makeup tutorial, it's just to show you the similarities in the palettes, the differences in the palettes, so that you can choose whether you want to buy one or the other, if it is a dupe, or yeah, if you're just interested in seeing how similar the pigmentation etc. is. So that shade is very highly pigmented. I probably put a little bit too much on my brush. Oofed. The pigment in this as well is amazing. When I was doing the swatches, the Makeup Revolution one always come off a little bit less pigmented than the Anastasia, but I really can't notice that when I put it on my eyes. I think it is coming across so nicely. I'm now going to take a little bit of Love Letter from the Anastasia palette and a little bit of this shade, which is the colour On from the Makeup Revolution one, and work that kind of into like the outer V of the eye. Wow, that colour is so pretty. It really goes nicely with green eyes because it makes them pop, which I love using those kind of colours in my makeup because, yeah, it's just worth it. No? Know what I'm saying? Next up, the Makeup Revolution side. So I think with this side, the Makeup Revolution side, you can see that it's more kind of like a pinky colour and this is more of like that purpley undertone. I think I can see the difference between these two colours, which I'll hopefully be able to show you when I do like a little close-up at the end. But overall, I still think they're both very pretty, they blend very easily, and there's not much of a difference. I think I see it because I know that it's two different colours, but I don't think if you walked out on the street anybody would actually notice that. Using a tiny little pencil brush, and I'm going to go, where is my little plastic sheet went? This is the thing that I don't like about this palette. This is the shade In from the Makeup Revolution palette. I'm going to dupe it with Cypress Umber from Anastasia, like I say, on a little pencil brush. And what I'm going to do with this is just put it on the very top of my lash line, because I'm not going to wear winged eyeliner today, which I know is very strange, but I'm just not feeling it. You know when you just have days that you don't feel your eyeliner? That is today. So I'm just going to smudge it along here, just on the outer half, and build it up to be a little bit darker as well. And I'm just going to do the same with the Makeup Revolution side. Again, I really can't see the difference between these shades, like they are so pigmented. The pigmentation of these shades, I just can't get over it. They're so pretty. Wow. So pretty. Okay, what's next? I think we should have a little shimmer in the eyelid in this part that's blank. What do you guys think? There is two shimmers to really go for from the Anastasia palette. I think I'm feeling a gold, so I'm going to go for that. So I'm going to use Primavera from the Anastasia palette. I think I'm just going to use my finger because that's not going on very well with a brush. Okay, so that is that side. I am going to go in with the similar goldy shade that I swatched for you earlier. Can't remember what the name is because I have lost that little bit of plastic. It just keeps disappearing on me. So let's go in with the brush first. Wow, this is picking up a lot more pigmented than the Anastasia one was with the brush. So let's use our finger now and see how well that does. Wow. That is a lot more pigmentation. I love that. It's gorgeous. Let's take a little bit of Vermeer, which is this whitey pinky shade here from Anastasia, and then this shade here, this one I think, it's next to like the goldy shades, so this one here from Makeup Revolution. Again, I'm not sure where my plastic card thing went, so I can't tell you the colour name. I'm just going to take that on my finger and run that underneath my brow bone. And then I'll use a different finger for Anastasia. Wow, that is way more pigmented. I'm going to have to blend that away a little bit. Those colours definitely aren't the same. This one from Makeup Revolution is way more like sparkly and glittery. And then from Anastasia it's a lot more, I would say, pigmented and like sheen, like a sheen more than just a glitter, if you know what I mean. Let's do the lower lash line whilst we're here as well, and then I'll go away and put some mascara on and be able to give you my final thoughts. So for the lower lash line, I think I want to pull through that berry tone and a little bit of brown, really simple. So I'm going to go in with a fluffy brush again and use Love Letter from Anastasia. Then I'm going to go in with the pinky shade from the Makeup Revolution palette as well. Again, can't remember what it's called, but it was the one that I used earlier and swatched for you guys. These are just so similar. Then lastly, on a pencil brush, I'm going to take the brown shade again, which from Anastasia was called Cypress Umber. I'm just going to run that all the way across the lash line, just again to darken that up. And then the corresponding brown shade from the Makeup Revolution palette. Okay, so basically that's the eye tutorial done. I'm going to add a little bit of mascara and come back and give you a close-up and my final thoughts. So these are the eyes finished now. I've just added some mascara and this is what they look like. This is Makeup Revolution and this is Anastasia. I think they are really similar. I don't think you can tell the difference anyway from looking in the mirror, but definitely let me know what you guys think down below. So for my final thoughts, the question everybody's wondering is, are they a dupe? I don't think that these are a dupe. Not because of the colours, because the colours are very, very similar. You can hardly tell the difference between these two eyes. So in that sense, I guess they're a dupe, but this palette looks nothing like the Anastasia one. There are so many other colours. There are 32 shades, I think, in this. Is that right? 4, 8, 12, 16, 28, 24, 28, 32. Yes, 32 shades in this palette. Of course, there are not 32 shades in this palette here. There are only 14. So that right away, like, the palettes are not the same in that sense. So in the swatches, obviously you've seen that the pigmentation of the Anastasia ones was a lot more pigmented. There was a lot more colour coming off in the swatches, although you can't really tell when I put it on the eyes. I think this one is really, really severely pigmented. You've got to be really careful when you're putting it on that you're not putting on too much. But because it's really pigmented, the shades aren't that smooth. They kind of feel a bit gritty. I don't know if you'll know what I mean. Probably only if you've got the palette will you understand what I mean by that. It's like there's little bumps in it. Whereas the Makeup Revolution ones feel so smooth, so creamy, but they're just not as pigmented when you swatch them. But on the eyes, to build it up, I honestly don't think you can tell, which I've said a million times now. You know, it wasn't ever branded as a dupe. I wasn't ever set out to look like a dupe like the other palettes that they've created. And that might just be because Makeup Revolution have chosen to do it that way this time. This might well be a dupe, but for me, I don't think we can 100% call it a dupe just because it doesn't look the same. The pigmentation isn't exactly the same, although the colours are very similar. So hopefully that makes sense to you if you understand what I mean there. But if you are looking for this palette but you can't afford it, because I know it is very expensive, I would say that the Makeup Revolution one is 100% an amazing alternative. Like I say, like I've kept saying, you cannot see the difference between these two eyes. So I would 100% say grab this one if you can't afford this one because it is amazing. Yeah, let me know if you guys think these are a dupe, if you have the similar feelings as me, that the colours are really similar but we can't quite call them a dupe of each other. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. If you have, give it a big thumbs up. Come and follow me on all my social medias, comment down below, subscribe, click the little bell notification. Do all that jazz if you want. If you don't want, that's fine as well. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a lovely rest of the day and I will see you next week with another video. Bye!